chased into the woods by a cop with a very checkered past. The boy was able to get away from the officer in the dark and then call his parents to come get him. His parents instructed him to stop running, and he agreed to start walking back towards the blue lights. But this would be the last time his parents would speak to him alive. The next time they see him, he is hanging by his neck in a tree almost 2 miles away.
Questions across Arkansas. Teen disappeared after an interaction involving law enforcement, and days later, the authorities reached a conclusion about what happened. Many people, including the victim's family, still have unanswered questions. Right? This is the story of. If you do, man, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hop into this video without further ado. I haven't seen anything as far as the video is concerned, so this is a blind watch. Basically, get the information together, man.
Deputy that chased him, and point to 49 minutes of missing body cam footage that does coincide with the time the teen.
Automatic red flag. Automatic red flag. Y'all already know any interaction with the police, that body cam is for their safety and your safety. You know what I'm saying? So for 45 minutes of body cam footage being missing is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Somebody needs to figure that out. Figure out where that footage is and what's on that footage. Let's continue.
Teenager was supposedly walking back towards the blue lights to turn himself in. His death is quickly ruled a suicide by officials, but certain things don't quite line up or make sense, and the state police investigation into the death was lazy at best. And when I saw all this, it made my skin crawl.
And you know what's crazy? Every time you see a situation where the police are involved in some type of crime, or you know they being a dirty cop or whatever the case may be, they always have a department that be backing them up every single time, bro. They always have situations to whereas whatever case or situation they got themselves into in the past gets investigated, and always some shiesty, sneaky. They really ain't been doing their job. You know, evidence go missing, or you know, interviews don't happen to certain individuals that were around, that obviously were around. It's just a really shitty job that they do whenever they know, in fact, another officer is involved in the crime that's going on. Just saying, bro. It happens every time, bro. It happens every time. That's literally like, you know, like whenever you ask a kid, hey, bro, you know, they know they've been in the cookie jar and everything, and you like, hey, bro, you went in the cookie jar, and they're like, you know, that behavior, that guilty behavior of them doing a shitty job, or that guilty behavior of no, it's obvious. You know, it's pretty predictable. They do it every single time. They always have a whole freaking department that's out there doing all types of fucking crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised if this is just a small little piece of a broader spectrum, man. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Especially after learning about the history of this officer, who has moved from police department to police department at least 17 times.
Bro, 17 freaking times, G. 17 times, bro. 17 times. So y'all don't have no type of database that may keep track of certain police officers or certain individuals that may potentially be an issue in the future as far as their mental stability, just because y'all are police officers. You know, police officers, people that deal with, you know, EMS, or, you know, people that work at a hospital, all these people need to be on that list. So then these people have a different type of treatment. Like, say for instance, if a doctor that has been working on, you know, heart surgeries for like 50 years are starting to, you know, show signs of this type of situation, like he's showing signs of dementia and stuff like that, and he's like forgetting where he is, then that person right there, even though not just because he was a doctor, but that person right there should be able to get a different type of treatment, because they have mental shit going on, to whereas they put themselves in compromising positions to see this shit. They essentially fuck themselves up by being able to see this stuff. But at the same time, if they find themselves in like a little scenario to whereas that information or the experiences that they experience is starting to affect them in a different type of way, they shouldn't necessarily, unless they they're doing something like committing crimes, breaking into shit. But if they like having like a moment of psychosis or something like that, then definitely these people should be treated a lot different, just because their mental is a little bit more I'll say scarred than the average person. But like I said, man, look at all these places this man has worked. There should be a database. So basically, what I was illustrating is if there was a database that basically showed that, hey, these people may potentially have an issue with working in law enforcement because either they consistently switching jobs, they can't get a loan in employees, they always finding themselves in some type of criminal activity, on the job and stuff like that. Those people need to be on that database. So then, if they just go from one county to the other, then we not hiring the same dumbasses that we fired for criminal shit. Just saying, G. Just saying.
In 11 years. He can't keep a job for more than a year before he is terminated or resigns and moves to a new area, which is a huge red flag and a clue that this is a bad cop. And with everything that I was seeing on social media, some true and some not true, I decided I needed to dig into this myself. And so in this video, we're going to look at body cam footage and state police interviews. We're going to go to the crime scene with the family and talk to their private investigator who gave me access to his case file. Here's what I know. Go. This all began in November of 2024 when 15-year-old Tripp Brazeale and some friends were riding their ATVs on a rural county road where they are legally allowed to ride. A few St. Francis County sheriff's deputies happened to be in the area looking for two other younger juveniles around 10 years old who happened to be reported missing at the time. The deputies hear the ATVs ride by on what they believe to be a side street that isn't a county road, which prompted the deputies to go in that direction to speak with the teenagers. The first deputy to make contact with the ATV riders was Sergeant Kenny. When Sergeant Kenny pulls up to talk to the riders, 15-year-old Tripp Brazeale takes off, but then stops, and Sergeant Kenny does not chase him. So Tripp Brazeale immediately starts to come back towards the deputy until the second deputy arrives on scene, Alvin Trey Bynum. When Bynum pulls up, Tripp takes off again, and this time Deputy Bynum chases him. Before we get into the chase, I want to talk about the legality of the stop. I do believe the deputies had the authority to detain the ATV riders, but it's not clear if they were ever actually detained. Sergeant Kenny makes statements in interviews and on body cam that he only wanted to talk to the teens and that he would not have chased Tripp if Deputy Bynum didn't initiate the chase.
We don't know if they were racing because we never seen them. Correct. All I know is they were going.
Okay, so they admitted that the police basically chased the kid for no apparent reason. They just wanted to talk to him. This other gentleman, ended up making an impulsive decision and chasing the kid because the kid was already kind of, he was already on edge. It sounded like he was already about to take off. He had already pulled off when the first police he was like, all right, I come back. But then he probably had an interaction with this police officer before. So once he seen him, he was like, oh yeah, I gotta get the hell on. Took off. Officer took off after him. That's where we at right now.
You heard him being like, rolling, and he was rolling through that neighborhood.
As soon as he seen the other deputy, he took off. So I'm not letting my deputy go out in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the night chasing the unknown.
No, we gotta back our people. I'm not letting my guys go by themselves either.
So if I had just 2 or 3 minutes, somebody would have talked to me, told me who it was.
One of the four-wheelers took off, looked over his shoulder. I said, where's he going? One of the kids popped up and said, we don't know, sir. Well, he come back by and he was approaching, he was slowing down like he was going to stop. Well, I was unaware that my 2 deputies that were with me, I thought they went out the other way, but one of them come up behind me, pulled up beside me, and as the kid on the four-wheeler was approaching, he took off. Then the pursuit was on. I wasn't going to let my guy chase the unknown out in the middle of nowhere, and I never did catch up with them till after they were stopped.
Yeah, so I was just going to talk to them and ask them where they were going and while they were running through the...
And then Deputy Bynum makes statements to the state police that the only reason he chased Tripp was because he thought Tripp was running from Deputy Kinney, and that he did not initiate his lights or sirens until after Tripp already took off.
Come up 313 to back up Sergeant Kinney, and that's when the four-wheeler had taken off from him, and the four-wheeler turned around and come past us at a high rate of speed. I initiated my blue lights and my audible siren to make a traffic stop on the four-wheeler, and then that's when the chase began.
And see, this shit crazy because y'all got way better shit to do than be sitting here out there in the woods fucking with these kids riding on things. Now, I know everybody, especially in the 90s, man, everybody had an opportunity to go out and ride in the woods without anybody bothering them because folks weren't really doing that shit back then. They wasn't bothering nobody with this dumb shit. Nowadays, it's all this, everything's a freaking power trip. Police gotta stop you. Police gotta press you. They gotta ask you a whole bunch of freaking probing questions and shit like that. Versus just go ahead and, you know, letting me know why you pulled me over, checking my identification, making sure all my shit legit, and let me go on about my day. You feel me? Like this is unnecessary. Why are y'all bothering these kids, bro? They kids. Let them be kids, though. Dog, they out there in the middle of the damn woods having fun, riding four-wheelers. You know, from time to time, they probably gonna get hurt. As long as they ain't riding in the street doing no illegal shit, like pulling in front of cars and dumb shit like that, you feel me? Scaring folks, you know, doing shit around 18-wheelers and shit like that. Man, leave them kids alone, bro. Leave them alone. And see, all this unnecessary attention, unnecessary shit done happen. See? And then he flying down the damn way. It looked like it was like nighttime when everything, you know, transpired. So he flying down the way. What if the kid turned around and flipped over off the four-wheeler and you can't even see anything because dust all kicked up and you speeding down the road, you fuck around and run the kid over. You feel what I'm saying? Like, folks ain't thinking, bro. Use your freaking head. And I know that, I understand that, you know, going out in these woods, people be, you know, having, you know, family properties and stuff like that. And they'll turn around and shoot your ass. You know, you come on somebody's property in the wrong part of the damn country, they will shoot your ass. Dead as fuck. They will. Feel me? But this little scenario, dog, as long as, you know, they was out there, you know, having a good time, they wasn't doing anything illegal in the road, stuff like that. Let them kids come alone, bro. Yeah.
Reason why you was fleeing him, you was chasing him.
Even his, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Even his picture's strange. He looked strange when this picture was taken and we went back and looked at it. I would have been like, gotta get him up out of here. He'll look. I'll tell you, G.
Because it appeared to you he was fleeing from David Kinney.
Yes, sir.
And do you know why David Kinney even stopped him, or was he just doing a welfare check on him? Was there a reason for him to stop him? Was he on a road that wasn't supposed to have no four wheelers?
It was on Highway 284 and in the area of that neighborhood that we was on, driving at erratic speeds and obnoxiously late at night. Highway 284. There's a lot of beers, a lot of people driving through there at that time. You know, some of them's intoxicated and stuff like that.
So give me your reason for.
Okay, so he's saying that the reason why he pulled the kids over is because they were on a road which was 204, Highway 204. It was a popular roadway, okay? And people might be going down there, driving down there back and forth. They were driving erratic, you know, doing stuff that people on dirt bikes do. You feel me? Not no big old deal. And then he goes and justifies and says that somebody might actually potentially be driving down the road, drunk driving, and might potentially hit them. Is that what you're saying? Is that how you justify going and bothering those kids? Because it's the middle of the damn night. Ain't nobody out in the goddamn middle of the damn woods, you know, doing nothing, fucking jacking their dicks. Ain't nobody doing that. Feel me? So they was out there, middle of the night. They obviously familiar with the area. You're saying that, you know, something potentially could happen, but obviously you don't have a legit reason why you went and bothered these kids. You don't have a legit reason. The reason doesn't sound legitimate. You know, sounds like some bullshit immediately. So, see the video.
For chasing him, I want to make sure I understood your reason.
I initiated the blue lights and the sirens for the four-wheeler to stop, and it didn't stop.
Okay. What was the probable cause, I guess what I'm trying to say?
The excessive speeds and
you understand what I'm saying?
on the highways.
Yeah. Did you clock him on radar?
No, sir.
No, I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying?
No, dude, look. Here we go. He didn't have a legit reason why he pulled him over. He was looking for something to fucking say. He said the erratic speed. He asked him, did you clock them on your radar? No. Y'all fucking with these kids, man. Leave these kids alone, bro. Leave them alone. Let them be kids, bro. Leave, bro.
So it's very possible that Tripp took off from a consensual encounter.
Hey, this makes
and
no
then
sense.
Bynum
No
chased
sense
him.
whatsoever.
The chase starts at 12:40 a.m.
12:40 a.m. 12:40 a.m. Hold on, wait. So 12:40 a.m. G. Now let me tell y'all, bro. When my dad goes out and goes fishing early in the fucking morning, so that means that you could have potentially been in a different part of the country and came in contact with my daddy and got to arguing with him because he out there on a 4-wheeler laying damn salt rocks. Goddamn, bro, man, you took your ass out there on some straight power trip type shit, and you went and got yourself in a situation because bro probably chucked you off, probably made you feel bad about yourself and shit, probably was roasting you or like, you know, being super passive. You know, them beta dudes, man, they don't like a passive person. People that just don't be trying to argue with them and shit. They don't like that shit. They don't like that shit. You feel me? It irritates the fuck out of them. It irritates their fucking soul. So, yo, he probably got the best of him and shit like that. Didn't necessarily like hit him or nothing like that, but he was probably roasting them. You know, mentally stronger than a grown ass man, and end up doing something he regrets. So let's continue on. I might be just talking shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's all hypothetical, but this is what it is. It's what it's looking like. So it's steering towards. You feel me? Let's continue.
You can hear Tripp's ATV exhaust as if it is inside the truck with Deputy Bynum. It is very loud on camera,
it's loud
indicating
as a
that Bynum is right on Tripp's tail while they do speeds of 70 miles an hour.
See what I'm saying? Bro, what if that man fell off that 4-wheeler, bro? What if he fell off of it? You would have ran him right over immediately because you can't slow down fast enough. This nigga is weird, bro. I'm sorry. You weird, bro. This motherfucker is weird. Weird already, bro. Already. Just this body cam footage by itself, hearing how fast this man is driving behind a child is very weird, bro. Very concerning. I've never heard anybody drive that fast in a fucking police chase. Like that is crazy. Do y'all hear this man engine, bro? This is wild.
Assume that if Tripp were to suddenly stop, it would be catastrophic. The chase ends at 12:43 a.m. when Tripp's ATV becomes disabled.
Can't see. Yeah, he took off.
15-year-old Tripp then abandons his 4-wheeler and jumps over a fence and disappears into the woods.
Hey, wrecked out. I got the 4-wheeler.
Just moments later, Sergeant Kinney arrives on scene and then leaves immediately to go get a trailer.
So basically, you were chasing this kid to the point whereas if he slowed down, that would literally put him in danger. If he slowed down with you behind him, you going so fast, you wouldn't even have enough time to freaking stop before you hit him. So that's another red flag right there, bro. Bro has issues. Bro is showing signs of having issues. Bro might be bipolar, but definitely driving behind a kid on a 4-wheeler at 12 o'clock in the morning. You already on edge. But this situation right here did not call for this type of behavior. It did not call for it. It didn't. It didn't. And see, when I was watching and he was driving so fast and then he started, like his wheels started acting all crazy and shit, I really was thinking that he ran little bro over at that point and then like maybe try to hide his body. But I think I seen him still, you know, up over there messing with the 4-wheeler and then went and took off and stuff. But y'all rewatch the video and y'all see for yourself. All right, let's continue.
To impound the ATV.
I need the trailer because I'm towing that one.
And something I haven't mentioned yet is Deputy Bynum has a ride-along with him and should not have pursued a chase with a ride-along in the car. The ride-along, Preston Cox, can be seen getting out of the vehicle at 12:45 a.m.
You good?
So not only you were speeding down the road going 70 miles an hour behind a child, not only you were putting his life in danger, your life in danger, because who's to say that you run into the four wheeler just don't blow up? You know what I'm saying? You put another man you put another man's life in danger that was riding with you. Your ride along. Very poor decision making, my dude.
Only thing about doing this shit now. I knew we was gonna go airborne though. I just had to go. You sure you good? Yeah, I'm good though. I'm good.
At 12:46 a.m., Bynum is seen touching the four-wheeler barehanded with no gloves.
Mm.
12:47 a.m., Preston Cox touches the four-wheeler with his bare hands.
Trying to find a VIN plate for this bike.
Indeed, you did.
Sorry about that, bub.
What they looking for?
I promise you ain't bothering me.
12:50 a.m., Preston Cox whispers something to Bynum after asking about his body cam.
Huh? Yeah, I'm on camera. Yeah, this step road pretty messed up.
I'm trying to hear what he said. He said something. He mouthed something. That's crazy because that camera's audio is actually pretty sensitive. Like it shit pick up all types of shit in the background. Crickets, freaking people yelling.
That's all that matters.
And then at 12:51, Bynum shuts off his body cam. At 12:59...
Okay, so they said at 12:51, he shuts off his body cam. At 12:51. Why are you shutting off your body cam? Why is even shutting your body cam off even a thing? Like, y'all should not even be able to shut it off unless you got a special key from your manager or from your whoever there's the authority on duty whenever y'all work is the person that should turn off your camera, your body camera. That's who should be responsible for that. There's no reason why the police officer should be responsible for turning that shit on and off. No reason why. Because then it can be tampered with. Somebody can mess with it. Take the SD card out, you can throw it, you can delete it, you can get rid of it essentially. You feel what I'm saying? Versus if it was somebody else that was responsible for turning it on and off, and they also had a tracking feature on it where you can track it. So then even if they threw it off of them, they still be able to pick where you threw it off at and what was happening right before it happened. Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely, man. So y'all got these cameras out here, but it's only seeming like it favors for the police officer. It doesn't necessarily favor for individuals that get into interactions with the police officers. Stay woke, y'all. Stay woke, because that's messed up, dog.
9 a.m. An anonymous call comes into the sheriff's office to identify the boy that they're looking for as Tripp Brazeale and to let them know that he's hiding behind the church. Then at 1:21 a.m., Tripp calls his parents to come get him. His parents tell him to stop running and to turn around and turn himself in. And according to his parents, Tripp told them that he was walking towards the blue lights up the hill. About 20 minutes go by and there's still no sign of Tripp. Now 1:40 a.m., Bynum turns his body cam back on, and he's now wearing black latex gloves. Less than a minute later, at 1:41 a.m., Gil Brazeale, Tripp's dad, receives a text from Tripp.
And see, I seen that too. He also took the back off of the ATV too. Like he's messing with this ATV a lot. For somebody that just came up on the shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so obviously he's not thinking rationally. He's thinking impulsively. So he obviously got something going on, man. I'm telling you, bro. It's giving me vibes. It's giving me some weird vibes, man. I promise you. But let's check it out, man. Let's see what happens.
His phone, which is later referred to as the suicide text. But many people are very skeptical of this text, and we will get into that later. But in the moment, Tripp's parents respond to the text and tell him that they're on their way to come get him. At 1:42 a.m., Sergeant Kinney, Deputy Bynum, and Preston Cox are all pushing the four-wheeler onto the trailer, and they make comments about knowing who Tripp is.
Is this what Tripp drives? I hadn't seen him on one. I've seen him on a Honda.
At 1:43 a.m., Bynum gets tow straps out from the back of his truck. Then, at 1:43 a.m., Bynum shuts off his body cam. Around 1:49 a.m., Tripp's parents arrive on scene where his phone...
For the second time, y'all. For the second time. There's no reason to make turning your body cam off a priority unless you're doing something mischievous. There's no other reason. Like, you don't need to be like, unless you like, you know, take your shit or something like that. But y'all out there in the field. Y'all out there in the trenches. You know what I mean? You got to get this information and you got to get this camera footage documented. Because if you don't, if something happened, which it did, the boy ended up dying. Which it did. You will be able to cover yourself. This is not, bro. Twice. This man turned off his body cam twice. Sheesh. Let's continue, man.
Last pinged by the church, but nobody is there, not even the deputies. According to Bynum's police report, around 2:15 or after, Deputy Bynum says he continued to work leads on the first two missing juveniles they were looking for earlier, until about 3:45 a.m., when he met back up with Sergeant Kinney.
When y'all got the four-wheeler loaded up, y'all took it back?
To the sheriff's department.
And where'd you go after that?
And then we got another call about the two missing juveniles in Cross County. We had gotten another location to look for.
Y'all went to that?
Yes, sir.
Then at 3:58 a.m., Deputy Bynum activates his body cam one more time at the jail to ask a jailer where Tripp is. And he makes comments about Tripp running out of his shoes.
Alright, man, you've been boys for a while.
Yeah, what's up?
Tell me the truth.
What's the truth?
You know where Tripp is?
I ain't got a fucking clue where Tripp is.
Don't lie to me, bro.
I've been trying to find Tripp my damn self, tell him to get the fuck home.
Because right now,
I'll tell you this.
listen to me, hold on. Listen to me.
Right.
I'm not being a dick when I say this. It's
Right.
raining.
It's raining?
He's running out of his shoes. He's 14 years old.
Yeah.
And nobody's seen him or heard him.
So here's what I know.
I'm thinking he might be hurt. That's why I need to know.
I understand that. That's why I've been fucking...
See, first of all, somebody seen him. Yeah, y'all seen him. Y'all obviously seen him. Y'all seen him. Y'all interact with him. Y'all chased him. Then you said that he ain't got no shoes on. How you know that he got? How you know that those his shoes? Y'all chasing him in the woods. That could be anybody's shoes. That don't necessarily got to be his shoes. So you knew what kind of shoes he was wearing. You're certain about that. You sound very, very certain in these statements that you're making. So you know that what kind of shoes this man was wearing. You say that he might potentially be hurt. All because he ain't got no shoes on don't mean that he hurt. I mean that he just getting the fuck on. You running getting away from the police. You know what I'm saying? So these questions and the way that he's trying to present himself as being the police officer trying to do his job to the best of his ability is looking very sketchy. It's out, man. Let's get it.
On the phone trying to get people to find him and get him the fuck home, right? I know y'all looking for him, and if y'all want him, Gil's out there looking for him too. Gil don't have a problem.
I know.
Police coming with him to get him.
Gil is already out there.
Right.
Kenny's already out there with Gil.
Here's what I know. Where his last known location was out there where 409 splits, right? You know, Snapchat, the live location or whatever, he had his own. He's right there in the fucking middle is where his phone's at. Other than that, nobody's seen him. I know he ran out of his boots, and his phone's been there. Hold up. Let me go grab my phone. Because I'm just as worried as y'all are about him being hurt.
I know.
The whole run shit, that's true. With him being hurt, knowing he ain't got his shoes on.
And it's raining.
And normally he calls somebody to come get him.
See, he said that he did. You know, they said that he did actually call somebody. He called his parents, but his parents, instead of coming to get him, in which 9 times out of 10, you know, just being a kid riding four-wheelers late at night and stuff like that, and they call your parents should come get your ass. Parents, go get your kids. Go get your kids. Because what's going to happen is, 9 times out of 10, if it's something as straightforward as this situation, they just going to let the kids go with the parents. They're just going to be like, hey, he got the four-wheeler down there. Can you come pick the four-wheeler up? Drop him out, drop the kids off, make sure the kids are safe with the parents, and then they can go on about their business. You feel what I'm saying? Do that. Do that part. Do that part. Go pick the kids up. I know it's kind of annoying having to come pick them up because of their fuckery late late at night or early in the morning, and you guys have things to do, got jobs to go to, meetings to do, all that good jazz. You feel what I'm saying? But when it's a situation like this, go pick your kids up, man. Go pick them up, right? Please go pick your kids. Do not want your kids to be in the hands of these strange ass freaking low self-esteem ass police officers, and then something tragic happen just because they trying to feel powerful. You feel me? So let's continue to the video, man.
SFC 409 goes two ways. He's right. That's where he was 3 hours ago. I'm sure that's where he left the four-wheelers right there over there and took off running. Or at the end of this dead-end road, one or the other. But that's where he was last time. But nobody has heard from him. I've called Landon. I've called my buddy Peyton. Fucking Landon called me asking if Tripp was up here. Peyton, I told them let me know if he finds him. I told them I'd let them know if he comes up here or whatever, but nobody's heard from him. Some kid named was the last person I heard from him. He's who Tripp told he ran out of his boots, and then after that, ghost.
That's so crazy that they everybody knows that he ran out of his boots. Like, why is that such a...
Yeah, or he lost it.
Shoot, he stay in the country, shoot, man. Hey, all my homies back in the day when them boys are like in they, adolescence, when they were like 8 and 2, 5, 6, man, all them boys was out there with no shoes on, dirty diaper, sitting there playing with the dog and shit in the driveway. You feel me? Playing in the dirt and shit like that. So I'm trying to understand why him not having no shoes on. It's just a strange occurrence. But I guess because he running, but maybe because he running away from the police. He is running away from the police now. So, I mean, you gotta hop out of them shoes, man. You gotta hop out of them shoes to get ghosts, bro. And I used to run around the cowboy boots that stayed out in the woods. You feel what I'm saying? So, hey, if he was running away from the police and he just felt that, having them boots on was gonna slow him down, probably bitches off and get the fuck going. But then at the same time, that mean that he would have got away. Right? He wouldn't be found dead. I don't know, man. I feel like this police officer know a little bit more than he said he do. So
my main concern is if he's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, the way y'all said he jumped the
Yeah,
ballpark
his dumbass ran from the police.
Yeah, which, if, Trey, like you said, we've been boys for a minute. If I knew where he was, I wouldn't fucking save him. I understand he's a little, it's like a little brother to me. Just like I told Kate
14 years old, I mean.
I got told Kate when he walked in, it's like a little brother to me. I got his back like I'd have my little brother's back. But in this situation, I'd tell you where my little brother was. If I knew where Tripp was, I'd tell you. And if I still don't find him by the time I get off at 7, I'm headed to work 409 splits.
Alright, well, I'm headed back out there. If you hear anything, let me know.
At 4:02 a.m., Bynum shuts off his body cam and does not turn it back on. He then reportedly heads back out to the scene to help the search. Around 4:20 a.m., the Sheriff's Department requests the Forest City Fire Department to come out with their drones, and they show up about 4:40. At 5:12 a.m., the Sheriff's Department requests the Arkansas Game and Fish to come out with their drones as well. And the drones that were used had heat signature cameras, or thermal imaging, but were unable to locate Tripp the entire time. Tripp's first boot and hat were found around 6 or 7 a.m., about 30 or 40 yards from the fence where he first entered the woods. At 7:20, the tracking dogs arrive, and numerous volunteers who were split into search parties.
Let's go back real quick. First boot log, canine search, in the pursuit. Let's see, whoa.
About 30 or 40 yards. First boot and hat were unable to locate Tripp the entire time.
Let's see. So start of the pursuit, right there, boom. That's when the police was chasing them. Right, so they were at the intersection, like little bro was saying. They had this little fork in the road. Right, so bro took off. They were chasing him. Boom, chasing him all the way down the way.
Hat were found around 6 or 7.
So what I want to know is, in this section right here, is in the pursuit is where they found him, or is in the pursuit just where they stopped looking for him? Because if that's the case, why is he here and then his phone and his boot is pinging here, but he came from this way? That means that somebody, if depending on what this means, like I said, I don't know what that end of pursuit actually means. If that's where they stop looking for him, or if that's where the body cam turned off for the first time. We don't know what that means for me. But if we did know if that's where they found him, then definitely somebody took his stuff, had his stuff, and probably threw it out the window on their way. I would like to see how to get to the police station from the scene. If this is where right here, if we went right here where the K9 search is at, and that's where we ended that, and we left, I want to see how we get back to the police station. What's the quickest way to get back to the police station? I swear to God, it's probably going that way. Because then the officer probably threw that shit out the fucking window. And he turned off the camera because he had his camera off at this time. His camera didn't come back on until he got back to the jail. That means that he was driving with the camera off. Right? That's what they're doing when they pull up. They didn't walk to the police station. He drove to the police station. His shit was off the whole time, bro. And then at that time, he was throwing shit out the window. Bro, that's what I'm thinking. But listen to you.
A.M., about 30 or 40 yards from the fence where he first entered the woods. At 7:20, the tracking dogs arrive and numerous volunteers who were split into search parties. Then, about 1:30 p.m., about 700 yards away across the road, his second boot is found, along with his wallet, his cell phone charger, his hoodie, and a footprint. Then the next day at 1:08 p.m., about 1.2 miles away from where they found his second boot and cell phone and footprint, they find another footprint 1.2 miles away. This eventually leads them to Tripp, where they found him at 4:05 p.m.
A footprint. Maybe they're not necessarily talking about physical footprints. Maybe they're talking about some type of footprint of some sort to say that the woods. And it looks like it's about 30 miles between all of this whole entire little situation, from the start all the way to the recovery site. So the recovery site is where they picked him up. Okay, so that's where they actually ended their pursuit. So, and then see, these are some weird roads, bro. Some very weird roads. Because, look. These are not roads that's just accessible to everybody. This is like a somebody driveway. I wouldn't doubt it. This road right here, or somebody land, like a road that goes through numerous people's land and shit like that. That's what I think that this shit is. It's like an access road. That's what it looked like. And he was found away from the access road in the woods, hanging. I really want to figure out what happened.
Hanging in a tree.
Let's see.
In the days and weeks to come, both Arkansas State Police and a private investigator hired by the family from Presidium conducted interviews with individuals involved in the incident. And I just want to share a few clips from these interviews for context.
Did the mother or dad did any of them talk to you, allude to that he may be suicidal or anything?
No, sir.
You never got any of that sense or anything?
No, sir. And he sent his mom a text, and
He a kid that lived out there in the country. He was out there four-wheeling at 1 o'clock in the morning with his fucking friends. Man, that nigga was not fucking suicidal, bro. No. We gonna throw that shit out the window. No, he wasn't suicidal.
Showed me the text talking about that he was a screw up, not that they were bad parents, but he couldn't do this anymore, and he was apologizing for being a screw up. And I've been up here 3 years, and I've never heard any law enforcement involvement with his name.
People keep asking how do we actually get an AI agent.
Exactly, and like I said, the police said that they actually interact with him before because bro was saying something about the type of dirt bike the type of four-wheeler that he was riding. So evidently they've interacted with him before, but why was this interaction warranted this time without any reasonable explanation? I don't get this shit.
How you spell it?
A-L-B-I-N.
Bynum? Why they call you Trey?
I'm a third.
Did you ever had any dealings with that kid before?
I personally have not. The only times that I know of that he ran from the other deputy, which is Cedric Hicks, his reserve deputy, he ran straight to his house. I don't know if you talked to Trooper Smith or not, but I was actually on his personal team that was searching for him. I was actually there the whole entire time trying to help search for him.
Right now, I'm on both sides of the ball. I understand everything that the family's done. I understand everything they're saying. I understand that. I 100% get that because, like you said, at the end of the day, they lost a loved one, they lost a son. I hate that it ended that way. I really do. You know, but there was nothing. I couldn't have done anything in my power to change what happened without getting Mr. Bynum in trouble, you know. I mean, it's just that simple because I'm a ride-along, and that's at the end of the day, that's it, and that's all I was, you know.
Tripp Brazeale's body is found hanging in a tree almost 2 miles from where he first left his ATV and went into the woods. The autopsy photo showed Tripp with the ligature still around his neck, but in my opinion it looks like the bruising is lower on the neck than where the ligature is. And the ligature around his neck happens to be a toe strap, very similar to the ones that Bynum had in the back of his truck. Also, Tripp's feet had no cuts, scratches, or scrapes, and I saw the photos myself. They looked perfect, which is remarkable considering the distance he traveled in the woods with no shoes. His feet not having any scrapes or scratches is one of the most mind-boggling things to me in this case, if he in fact walked all that way with no shoes in the woods in the dark. However, solely based off the text message, the examiner ruled Tripp's death a suicide. But the locals, well, they think otherwise, and a lot of truth and rumors begin to spread, resulting in Deputy Bynum eventually leaving the St. Francis County Sheriff's Department for the safety of him and his family, or so he claims. Now, a year and a half later, everyone still wants answers, but law enforcement are ignoring their requests for another investigation. Tripp's father hires a private investigator, and he decides to run for sheriff of St. Francis County. However, the current sheriff, Bobby May, has an idea up his sleeve to stir the pot, and that is to bring Alvin Trey Bynum back to the St. Francis County Sheriff's Office and hold a press conference to the press and the public to essentially rub it in everyone's nose.
We ask each news media outlet here to please identify. Sydney Morrow, that news 5. Mike Soriani, Lieutenant Rickman.
Hillary Tricky with the Thomas Herald newspaper.
ABC 24, Ronald.
The Random Patriot.
Troy Sprint with Fox 13 Memphis.
Thank you. The people who are telling these blasphemous lies said or saying that Trey Bynum got out of his car, chased him down, found some kind of rope or something, hung the boy. Now, how ridiculous and absurd can you get? When I first heard these comments, my thoughts were, nobody's going to believe that. And boy, was I wrong. Apparently, there's a lot of idiots out there who believe crap like that.
Then why didn't he call his mama to come pick him up?
Why did he say Bradshaw? He saw Bradshaw's car, he was walking to turn himself in. Why did Bynum have rubber gloves on at 1:47 and that text come in at 1:45?
Or why does Bynum's wife say, Trey is my husband, and Trey stopped him on the four-wheeler at 1:15 that morning and asked him to stop driving stupid, that he was going to get hurt, for him to be careful. He jumped off the four-wheeler and started running. So I'm not sure where the 145 came from, honestly, but Trey has been looking for him nonstop. His boots and phone were found. But before he took off running, he looked at Trey and said, I can't get in trouble. Trey told him he wasn't in trouble and took off running, but the whole time he was looking around. My husband thinks he was in trouble. In the body cam footage, it shows no conversation between them two. So he fabricated a lie to his wife?
Did Bynum know that he was chasing a 15-year-old child?
Yes, he knew.
This little dude over here knew it because it's on video.
Here's my question. How can you go 1.75 miles through Crow Creek and not have a scratch, barefooted, not have a scratch on the bottom of your feet?
It's amazing to me, and I'm listening to you all.
There's a lot of unanswered.
And see, it's good that they have this, they're having this public meeting. I mean, it's very, very good because I know that there's a lot of questions when it comes to a missing kid in the neighborhood, and especially when everybody's familiar with the kids doing what they do, riding four-wheelers, just doing, outdoorsy shit, going fishing and all that good stuff, and they're just, taken off the street because, the police want to come around and try to do some extra shit. You feel what I'm saying? The community gonna say something. They gonna say something. They gonna say something. They gonna say, kids deceased. Feel me? And y'all think that we just gonna be okay with whatever y'all tell us. Y'all make up some cockamamie ass story about, oh yeah, he hung himself, and then y'all try to play backwards and try to justify all of those reasons why, all the way up to him potentially, committing suicide. Y'all would justify all of that all the way up until. That's what y'all would be pushing for. Because obviously, y'all know for certain, instead of figuring out what happened to him, like if somebody did this to him, why are y'all not trying to figure out who did it to him versus he didn't do it type deal? You feel me? Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Because the kid didn't just kill himself, bro. I don't think so, bro. I don't think he kills. I don't think. I'm sorry. I don't believe that shit. And neither do these people in this community.
Well, it's amazing to me. I'm listening to y'all, and none of y'all have minutes investigating.
We can't hear you. We don't think you do either. 49 minutes the body cam was turned on.
I'm getting ready to answer that question for you.
Okay.
We
have that?
Yeah, listen to me. Body cameras eat up batteries.
No, they last 12 hours.
What do you mean?
No, man, no, hell no. See, look, being naive, that is a naive tactic right there. As soon as he goes for technology, he's going for people to be naive on and negligent to the fact that off his body cam. Not only once, he did it twice. Man did it twice, multiple times. So yeah, it eat up battery, but we didn't hear any type of indicators that his body cam was dying. And I'm pretty sure your body cam only is turned on whenever you're interacting with a person of the community. So if you just got your body cam on for no apparent reason, then of course your shit gonna die. But with you turning it on and off, and half of the time you be in the car. So I would pray that you in there charging the motherfucker. So just in case if something happens, then you covered. Right? But no. You want to try to justify talking about some, oh yeah, the body cam batteries died and all of this bullshit. No, it didn't die. He turned that shit off. Let's get the facts straight. He turned that shit off. It's too prompt. And then he turned around and turned it back on as soon as he get to the jail. No, man, it's too prompt, bro. That man was doing that shit. That shit wasn't doing it on his own.
Wait a minute. They eat up batteries. Wait a minute. We have a policy. When deputies are not intertwined or intermingling with other people, they are to cut their body cameras off.
He was on an active
save the
scene.
batteries.
Even when a child is missing, you turn it off?
I'd like to finish my press conference, and then y'all can ask all the questions you want to ask. I have with me Trey Bynum, and I have with me Preston Cox. Trey and Preston never got out of the car when Tripp jumped over and went into the woods.
It's in bike. He jumped out, pointed his service weapon at him, told him to get on the
You call
ground.
somebody a liar, you're a liar, Bobby Lee.
How am I a liar? What I'm saying is, they did not get into the woods. That's what I'm saying.
You said he didn't get out of the
Okay, then they didn't get into the woods. All right, we'll take your word for it. Who the fuck killed the boy? And why would he just go immediately hang himself out because he running away from the police on some four-wheelers, man? That shit don't make no sense, man. I mean, that y'all spending too much time sitting here doing conferences and shit. Y'all need to go figure out what happened to the boy. Because you just saying that the boy went and hung himself in some random ass fucking place. How would he even fucking get the equipment that he need to hang himself? What, he just go and grab some random shit? Like, people that hang themselves usually got, like, they get the equipment going and get the chair and get this and get that. Man, I'm pretty sure it's kind of hard just to hang yourself just on GP. Without nothing. Not even your shoes on, bro. They ain't even had them shoes on. So, like, no shoes, no chair, no car to pull a strap out. Like he didn't have a strap on him. He didn't have, like the strap. When he took off, he just took off. That shit don't make no sense, man. This don't make no sense, man. This just got all kinds of bullshit splashed all over it, bro. I swear to God. Promise you.
Well, they got
they act like they didn't want to do nothing.
What I'm saying is they did not go into the woods.
It could have went so different, Bobby.
Somebody went to the woods.
You know what? I wish it had gone different. I regret the young boy who killed himself.
He didn't kill himself. He did not kill himself.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Now I'm going to ask.
Why would you even say something like that? Oh Lord Jesus, dude. Why would you even say that, G? Why would you say that? Come on, man. We talking about a child, G. Come on, man. Be a little bit more considerate, man. Whoever this man is, you can be about that, bro. You gotta be a little bit more considerate. A little bit more empathy. Like, fuck, he's on some, oh, Jesus. Gee, how do you feel that these people, how do you feel like these people are supposed to feel? Is that what you expecting? You think they're supposed to just be like, oh, okay, all right, you said it, so I guess that's what happened. No, man, people still gonna ask questions. Y'all still regular human beings, man. Y'all get shit wrong all the time. So for you to sit there and say, oh, Jesus, all because they're rebuttaling you, that's bullshit. Bro.
Come up here, if you don't mind. Preston is a fine young man. Would you, he works out at White Motor Company, would you tell your story, please? Just start out with your story.
Just tell us what happened that night, that's all.
They were looking for 2 missing juveniles, and we were out there, and Mr. David Kenny and Trey heard some 4-wheelers coming through, and they were pretty loud. You know, you can probably tell they was riding just a little aggressive. And Mr. David Kenny said that he was going to go make contact with them and tell them to go home, that it was too late for them to be out riding around. And Mr. David Kenny went up there and made contact with them. Me and Trey come up, and we pulled up there next to him, and Tripp come through. And at first I thought he was going to stop, and then he threw his hands up and took back off. And that's when the pursuit began.
What did you mean when you spoke to Cody, that you told him that there wasn't nothing you could do or nothing you could say without getting Mr. Alvin, Trey, Merle, whatever his name, in trouble? What did you mean by that?
When I told him that if he would have played the whole thing and not just cut that section out, I told him there was nothing that I could have done. Like, I couldn't have got out of the truck and chased him, or I couldn't have done anything in like that situation to change the outcome of it.
Without getting him in trouble.
Without getting Mr. Bond in trouble. Yes.
Why would that have gotten him in trouble?
Because I'm not allowed, ride-alongs are not allowed to get out of the vehicle.
And I spoke directly with Arkansas State Police. They said there was no law requiring deputies or anybody to pull over 4-wheelers in the county. Is that true?
On county roads.
Right.
State highways is different. There is a law.
Yes, I
They're
understand
not
that.
allowed on state highways at any.
But this was a chase on a county road.
He'd been on the state highway.
He had been on the state highway.
Yes.
To get to point A to point B, so that was illegal enough to stop him.
No,
We
it's
didn't
not.
know
You
who
can
this
go
kid
from point A
was.
to
We
point
had
B on
no
the state
idea.
highway to
Okay,
get to the county.
so they basically say on the county road they can't necessarily do it. State road they can, but they said that they justify it by saying that he was. And see how he's like trying to cover bases and fill holes and shit like that. It's a guilty conscience, man. It's guilty conscience behavior type bullshit, man. He has a guilty conscience. Like, he's over here trying to fill holes and use like little technicalities to kind of justify what happened to this kid, man. That's just bullshit, bro. They definitely have something to do with it. I smell it. I smell it like fucking flies on shit. Smell it, bro.
That is the law.
I'm gonna ask Trey to stand up here and say a few words.
Are you LLC curious? Wondering, is it time to make my business official? With Busy.
My name is Alvin Bynum. I was the deputy involved. I just want to say that I knew nothing about who the individual was on full until after the fact. Sergeant Bradshaw made the phone call to the parents. I also want to state that I had no wrongdoing whatsoever with this individual. I've done my job, and that was all. I was cleared by the Arkansas State Police. I was cleared by the Arkansas State Police Crime Lab and the St. Francis County Sheriff's Department and any other agency that was involved. I have received death threats and any other threat from family, friends, and everyone else for the last 2 years almost. And it is ridiculous.
So why do you want to come back?
Yes, that's what we want to know.
I was called back, to be honest with you.
I've got a question for you. The next morning, why was you rolling around in a fetal position in the grass?
Saying
I was not.
Why me, why me, why me?
I was not.
Yes, you was.
That was saw by a deputy.
And it is running paper.
No,
yes,
sir, it was
you
not.
was.
If you were called that, why wouldn't you say,
See?
I don't
Look,
think that
look.
it is right?
They know, bro. Oh my God, bro. And see, I'm pretty sure these parents have been watching your ass on camera, watching any type of weird behaviors, and you literally said something that I'm 100% sure that them folks seen you doing. They are absolutely certain together. They have both seen it in unison. And looking very carved on your tombstone, bro.
I'm seeing how none of us feel comfortable with you being here to protect and serve us because we do not feel like you are going to protect and serve us.
Because you're all led by a bunch of lies and misinformation. That's why you don't understand or feel that you're protected.
See, those comments that shows that they're getting irritated is very unprofessional. Certain that they did something. They know, bro. They know 110%. This shit crazy, man. This is a very sad
You're
situation.
getting money in. You're running a scam on
Like, dude.
You're a con.
What? Bro, I can't. Oh my God, bro. He's talking to the parents, G. He is talking to the parents of the kid that passed away, bro. This is wild, bro. I ain't never seen no crap like this, bro. Never. Oh my God.
If anybody wants to see my bank statements, you are more than welcome to.
Well, you're running a scam, and I know it. Let me tell you something about this guy.
How many don't have one open anymore because it helped pay for the
So that means, and this is the man that's supposed to be responsible for finding your kid and finding out what happened to your kid ultimately. Because all this is really speculation. You feel what I'm saying? Until we actually do a proper investigation and we actually find out what happened. You feel me? So, what you just out here just straight, pushing people feelings off to the side just totally shows us ahead of the game that you are not taking this shit seriously, absolutely at all. And this is fucking sad, bro. This is sad. This is very sad. This is not justice.
But it goes back to that, you do what you want to when it comes to the law.
And the judges are going to do whatever you want them to do, right?
Let me tell you something. I don't know where you used to be, but you're in St. Francis County, Arkansas. I've got the authority to lock you up as long as I want to.
What about the judge? The judge's authority.
No, the judge will do what I tell him.
That's not lawful.
But it goes back to that, you do what you want to when it comes to the law.
And the judges are going to do whatever you want them to do, right?
No.
You own the city.
Oh, that's what you said.
You own this
That's
town.
what you said. We got
The
you on
absurdity
video.
of the whole situation as St. Francis County citizens feel that the rehiring of Bynum is absurd.
Well, you know what? It's not absurd.
I know.
It is absurd because ultimately the people that this person is supposed to be representing, this person is supposed to be, responsible for as far as, being in the community where he works at and stuff like that. Like, these are the people. The people are saying they don't want him here. They don't want him here. They do not want him here. If they don't want him here, then regardless of what you say or how you feel, or if you feel like he a good man, go get him a good job somewhere else. He doesn't have to he doesn't have to work for the police department. If he's a good guy. He does not have to be with a gun out here pulling people over, putting people in compromising positions. He doesn't have to be in that position. You're putting him in that position. And with you putting him in that position, you're taking 100% responsibility for the things that he do. That's what I hear. So we need to find some justification for why this body cam footage was off. So if you want to play that card, you still need to hold him accountable for why the body footage is not all there.
Black police officer, a good guy. He deserves recognition for his work, good work.
Well,
And
haven't heard
I'm
of
not
any
going to
good
allow
work.
him to be persecuted. And so I hired him back because I know he's a good man. I know he was lied on. And I knew that this would create what we've got right here.
But I do not feel like this decision is in the best interest for the St. Francis County citizens.
Well, I believe it's fine. I believe it's good.
But you're our sheriff, and we count on you to make these decisions for us. And this is why we're voicing our opinion. We don't feel like this is safe.
Well,
we don't feel safe with him.
You're a very, very small minority. This man right here, you're known, Brazeale. You have a reputation of being a pathological liar. Did you know that?
You know, I was told the same thing about you.
Is the sheriff seriously doing this right now?
Yeah,
Sheriff, are you seriously, are you bashing people that are in your county right now, Sheriff? Are you bashing people in your county right now who are upset about their son's death? Their son died and they're upset, and you're going to bash them in front of everyone? And you're going to say that your deputy's more important to you than everyone else here?
Yeah, there's no way to win this argument.
No, you can't fix
If
it.
he was doing anything illegal, he would have been arrested.
Yeah, it's the ATF statement in our front.
Yeah.
Why does your deputy matter more to you than everyone else in the county?
Because I care for everyone else in the county.
It doesn't seem like it.
No, it sounds like you care about the people that are willing to cover your ass when you out there doing some dirt. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like. It has nothing to do with him being a good man, nothing of that shit. But he's trying to keep his circle small, so then whenever he out there getting caught up doing some shit, then they'll cover his ass. That's all this is, man. That's all this behavior shows me, dog. That's all it shows me. I'm sorry.
Every woman and child that is being on the road is absolutely terrified to the point of we already have a game plan. If a St. Francis County cop pulls up behind us, we are not stopping. I do not feel safe. I will go to...
That's the environment that you're creating.
Devastated by Tripp's loss. Still devastated by Tripp's loss. But I'm more concerned with him back on patrol in St. Francis County.
Do you believe he sent you that text that night?
No.
It doesn't sound like him.
Why?
That's not how Tripp spoke.
First off, we never would have wrote a paragraph like that.
It's not how Tripp spoke. And I just got off the phone. Everything in there was for show. Everything. We expected it. It was a political stunt. And I can tell you firsthand, Tripp was not suicidal. He was the brightest, most full-spirited kid you've ever met in your entire life.
He loved life.
Yeah.
He was at my house the Wednesday before. There was nothing wrong with this young man. He was always kind, polite. Nothing indicated that he was a suicidal.
To know that this man is going to be starting work again tomorrow, how are you guys feeling about it? What are you planning to do?
Terrified.
They don't want him there.
I'm terrified.
And they do not want him there, and it's rightfully so, because that man is not, he's not suitable for a position of, not like that, bro. Not like that. He sounded just like the sheriff, and see, with him being in power of authority, he shouldn't be out there bashing people and putting out his own personal feelings in front of the community like that, because his personal feelings ain't got nothing to do with it, pimp. It don't matter if you thought that they were both super crooks working for the cartel, dog. You're supposed to be a professional in all aspects of your behavior while you're in office. Like that's simple, bro. It's simple. You're there to represent other individuals that are in your community. So whenever situations happen, like as far as kids going missing, or there's questions and concerns, in the community that they need to, present, you supposed to be the person they come to when nobody else is going to fix the issue. And with you demonstrating that you do not care about anybody in your community, does not make them feel confident about having your ass around, or anybody that you will point around, in that matter. So. This is crazy, bro. This is really wild that they were sitting here just belittling this family that just lost their son just because of some hearsay, some lies, or whatever the case may be. It has nothing to do with what actually happened. The fact is, these people lost their child, and you, being the sheriff of the community, should do something about it, and actually do something about it. Find some type of reasonable explanation on why this kid was found the way he was found.
Warn my children, don't stop. If somebody in the county tries to stop you, you put your hazards on, you call 911 or you call us, and you drive to somewhere where there are other people. Do not stop. I'm scared for their lives. You don't know what he may decide to do against the family.
Mm-hmm. This chase was totally unnecessary. I feel like the chase instigated everything, and which ultimately resulted in this child's death. We don't.
That child, though, was terrified of him.
Yes, he was.
That child come to my house a week before he was hung on that same four-wheeler, come up behind my house and was shaking like a leaf, terrified. And I was like, what's the matter with you, Tripp? And he said, that cops, he's going to kill me if he catches me. And I said, what do you mean he's going to kill you? He ain't coming in here.
He asked you if that truck had black wheels on it, didn't he?
Yeah, the day that we were looking for Tripp. Brazeale, my husband says, we'll go to backside of Crow Creek and look for him because that's, you know, in the
I'm taking it that Brazeale is the sheriff's name. Okay.
area.
Usually comes up.
And Brazeale said, if you go to Crow Creek, we'll have you arrested. Do not go to Crow Creek.
They already knew he was there.
And guess where he was found at?
Weird. Brazeale said that?
Yeah, Jason Brazeale.
Now, Bradshaw's the one that was supposedly up the hill. Well, actually,
Right.
Kenny says in an interview that Brazeale was the one that was up the hill that Tripp was going to go turn himself into after the phone call with you. Is that?
And Brazeale was not on duty. He was daytime sergeant, not nighttime.
Tripp did say he saw lights up the hill.
Yes, he said, I see the lights. I see the blue lights. I'm walking up this
And the other issue that I have is when the body cam comes back on and they're strapped in the four-wheeler and he reaches in the back of the truck and pulls out ratchet straps. They're apparently very, very, very similar to what they found Tripp with. But they said he found it in the woods at a deer stand, which was a ways from where he was actually found.
It was laying on.
And see, I just don't understand that. Why the hell would a kid go in the middle of the woods in some random ass place away from his friends and family and commit suicide while he is running away from the police or something like that? That just doesn't sit well. It doesn't sit well with me. It just has fucking lies just written all over it. Like it really and truly does. And there's just too many small little coincidences, like the camera footage not being on and all of this bullshit that really makes me feel like these police officers had something to do with it. For real. Like come on, man. Like, come on, bro. Come on. These random ass small coincidences that are very important because they don't show certain aspects that really could be justified if we did have that small time. If we knew what happened in between that time when it was cut off, I'm pretty sure we would know that that man went out there, killed that boy, some type of fucking way, some type of form or fashion. That man went out there and for real, I believe that shit, bro. And I don't know how those body cams are attached to the coats or the shirts or whatever the case may be, but I'm pretty sure you can probably pull it out and sit it down somewhere, turn it off. Suspect as hell.
The ground that's been there for a while that was covered up. So
how'd you find it in the dark?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That's he didn't know the deer stand
Yeah, like, how
existed,
you
so you
find
didn't
it?
know there was hopefully going to be a strap sitting there.
Like, yeah, you want to talk absurd.
You want to
That's
talk absurd? That's absurd because when people say they're going to normally have an intent right in front of them to do so.
Right.
It's not walk in the woods hours and hours later and hoping.
Yeah. Oh, well, I want to go and grab some random shit and my life is over because I'm running away from. I was just riding forward. I don't think that doesn't make any sense.
Pray I find something.
See what I can find.
It's very, even if Bynum had nothing to do with it, I still don't think he did it to himself.
I agree.
All right, you guys, let's go around. Let's see what transpired.
And that's where they caught air, maybe?
Yes, that's where they went airborne. Where Preston Cox says that I knew he went airborne or was going to go airborne. They would have, apparently, the way that it looks, they would have went up there and came down right.
Okay, so they in an open field. Guess where they were driving four-wheelers. Not sure. They didn't give me any context of the driving and jumping in the airport.
Right where the tracks were.
Where this dirt mark is here is where they came back and crossed the road again. Bynum's vehicle ends up where she is standing here. Tripp's four-wheeler ends up right about here where she's standing. And then Tripp dives off through the fence into the woods this direction.
Yes.
And then you're saying that he went down into this gully, right? And then
that's where one boot and his hat was found.
And see, another thing is too, this gate's not disturbed. I can't imagine him, right? If his four-wheeler is right there and he's running away from the police, I can imagine that he just straight cleared this shit. It's like straight jumped that motherfucker. Like this shit's not even disturbed like that. You bump into all types of shit when you run in front.
Was off in that direction.
But where he was found is actually this direction over there.
And he has no cuts on his feet. At this point, we know he has just one shoe on. And at some point, he loses the other one out there. Mind you, now the dogs, when they brought them out, the dogs went. They only went to where his clothes were, and no farther. Now, Tripp's gonna just lay his clothes down and then what? Fly away? Because the dogs did not hit any farther than where his clothes were. And my husband was up ahead of us because they act, but my husband was just brought them that lady.
If his first
He was do a big chance, probably not.
We don't know, but I mean, we can only speculate, but that would be our thought. If it
Yep, my name is Cody Turner with Presidium Group Solutions.
So you're a private investigator?
Mm-hmm.
You used to be in law enforcement too, right?
Correct. I started an EMS career with the goal of getting into law enforcement. I got my feet underneath me in
Your election.
I appreciate you, man.
Is there any hope that the Arkansas State Police or any other agency is going to open up an investigation again?
Wishful thinking. Yeah. Yeah.
Has it been brought up? I know it's been like brought up by y'all, but
It's been brought up by
has
the
ASP
community.
acknowledged it or anything?
No.
They started a petition. There's like almost 1,100 people that signed it saying reopen the case, and they pretty much laughed at it.
Really? Is this petition still going?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, if you know anything about this situation or the case, feel free to contact us. Your name will stay anonymous. I promise that. I promise.
The littlest information can lead to something big.
Yep.
No matter if you just think it's nothing, but if you know just a little bit.
Because something you know
send
might
it
be
in.
something we don't know already.
Any tip at all, you can stay anonymous.
Yes.
I'm going to leave an email in the video description, in the pinned comment, but that way people can contact you.
Look, give this little boy right here.
If you have any tip about this, just the littlest thing, whether it helps prove one way or the other, we aren't looking for biased tips. Any tip at all, please reach out to the email linked below and help the family.
Because it may be something we don't know.
Alright, you guys, well, that is the end of the video, man. If y'all know any information that might help this family get some justice for their son, definitely was contact information in the video. So if you need to rewind that contact information, please let them know. Like they said, you know, any information, even if you feel like it's not useful or it might be small or something like that. So small things make big impacts. Is freaking insane in the membrane. I'm telling you, it is insane, bro. And then the way he went and said that because y'all people, y'all be working on lies and it, like, bro, you should have just took the L and been like, okay, all right, if that's how you feel, then go ahead. I appreciate your opinion, your personal opinion, but we actually base our situations and processes off of facts and, you know, compassion and all of this blah 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 bullshit. That's what you should. Two folks right here, they got issues. These two cats right here, yeah, they got some issues going on. Trying to cover for him, and you got the cut. He ain't really good at trying to cover for nobody. That's why he tried to get the innocent young blood right here to kind of speak and tell his story, so then they can stop putting pressure on him, because he probably putting pressure on him. Yep, that's what it is, bro. Yes, let's continue.
You have a pretty lengthy history with the Mark Tripp PD and how you treated that rape victim.
It was a law for one. For two, it was a write-up. Never reprimand, never termination, never suspension, never nothing.
But do you feel like your actions in that case were
Didn't I just state that it was
without
a lie?
integrity? What about your integrity? That's what we question. Do you really want to put the St. Francis County citizens at first and foremost, or is it the property you're...
Bro, speak up. Speak up. That like, don't nobody understand that shit, man. Come on, bro.
After.
It's every citizen.
Every citizen. Because right now, every citizen, for the most part, have no confidence in you.
No.
We don't believe that you can protect and serve us properly without judgment. Based on your past, 12 agencies in 10 years, we bounce around, and we still can't figure out why you would even want to come back to St. Francis County. You left because you said you did not feel safe. What makes you feel safe now?
To try to better my family, which I was led and followed.
Why would you want to do this if you're being so threatened and all this going on, why would you want to come back?
See, they small country
When your
folk.
body camera went off, you go off.
Yeah, small country folks. So when it comes to knowing people's business and knowing people's school, they be knowing. Them folks be knowing, bro.
You had already touched it. You and him both had already touched the floor hundreds and hundreds of times.
Before the body
With no
cam came
glove.
off, you
So
both
why
were
was the
touching
glove
it
on
barehanded.
Hold on.
Because I would move the foiler and put it on the trailer.
It's on your own body cam footage.
Okay, man.
Have you watched it?
I watched it for the first time since it happened last month.
You didn't watch. We didn't pay very close attention.
I watched the true body camera footage.
Oh, there's two. Oh, there's
The true body camera footage.
We would like to see those real body.
So he basically is saying that he has watched an edit version of the body cam that would basically deem him innocent. That's all it sounds like. Because he got a guilty conscience. He's some guilty conscience having motherfuckers right here. You can hear it in the way that they speak. They're in defense mode. Definitely. I promise you. This is not empathy. This is not showing compassion. This is trying to cover your ass behavior.
I want to see the true one too.
Yeah.
Can you repeat what you said? You said you turned the body camera footage off, and what were you doing when you turned it off? That's just what I wanted.
Sitting there waiting on. I was sitting back there to wait on Sergeant Kenny to bring the trailer back for the.
So he admitted. Let's see what he got to say. Let's see what he got to say.
So you never left that scene the whole time?
No, sir, not until Sergeant Kenny brought the trailer back and then we took the foiler.
But at the fake body cam footage that we saw.
So you.
You're seeing, yes.
It's fake.
The one that you're
So
seeing,
there's
yes.
just fake people of you and him in the video. It's all fake.
The one that you're seeing, yes.
Okay, the whole purpose of this was to show y'all, number one, that this young man was not chased after in the woods by Deputy Biden.
I watched that man chasing him by my house. He had to come in my yard to get away from him.
Terrified. And when I told him, why are you terrified? He said, because this man told me he was gonna kill me. Deputy Bynum, had you ever pursued Tripp Brazeale before
No,
that
ma'am.
night?
You're a liar.
No, sir, I'm not.
You're a liar.
No, sir, I'm not.
There's been so many lies told.
Shut up.
No. I'm telling you about.
I want to see hear the justification about why he turned the camera off. Because if he's actually admitting that he turned the camera off, then what the hell you were saying about the
This
batteries?
young man was not chased after in the woods.
And when I told Bynum, had you ever pursued Tripp Brazeale before? Kill me. And when I told him, why are you terrified? He said, because this man told me he was gonna kill me. Deputy Bynum, had you ever pursued Tripp Brazeale before
No,
that
ma'am.
night? And when I told him, why?
Come in my.
Man was not chased after in the woods by Deputy Biden.
I watched that man chasing him by my house. He had to come in my yard to get away from him.
Terrified.
See?
And when I
You
told him,
can't
why are you terrified?
can't
He said, because this man told me he
knock
was gonna
these
kill me.
people's actual
Deputy
real life
Bynum,
accounts, bro.
had you
They
ever
not
pursued
making this shit
Tripp
up. So
Brazeale
you sit here
before
talking
that
about
night?
he didn't chase him.
You're a liar.
He
No, sir, I'm
chased him
not.
before.
No, sir, I'm not.
There's been so many lies told.
Shut up.
Hey, I was
I'm
telling
talking
you.
about some people in this group.
I ain't lying.
They still
I sat there
doing
and
that.
watched him chase that boy by my house.
And who are you?
I'll give you my ID. I don't care. I'm George Davis.
Who are you?
George Davis. I live in Caldwell. I had watched him chase that boy by my house.
Where's your house at?
In Caldwell. You know where it's at.
Where at? Because I had never touched that young man whatsoever.
You know what you did.
Do you understand why, how many people are in here that are against us? I'm not even gonna ask that. Why we are all uncomfortable? Do you understand? Do you understand why we will continue? We will continue. We won't stop until he does not work for our department anymore.
We don't
Well,
will.
do you understand? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Johnny's ready to leave.
Everybody said that they are there strategically to get that man out of there because he does not have any integrity towards being a police officer.
So the bill was
Absolutely
checked, the next
not in the
one.
question, and they will continue to be
Stolen out
up
of
there
cash.
having these public meetings to make sure that that happens. All right, y'all, man, we're gonna go ahead and can go ahead and end the video right there at that point, man. But y'all go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. If you guys have any updates about the video or about the situation, and definitely leave it in the comments. Until next time, man, y'all peace out, man. Y'all have blessed up.